that I should go to the cell of Sister N. She doesn't write the full name, just Sister N. Because she was in need of help. She just had that, inspiration from the Holy Spirit. You better go to that room and check on her. She might need you. I entered her cell. This is how we call rooms in the convent. We don't have a room, we have a cell. I entered her cell at once, and Sister N said to me, "Oh, how good it is that God has brought you here, sister." And her voice was so faint that I could hardly hear her. She said to me, "Sister, please bring me some tea, because I'm terribly thirsty and I cannot move because I'm in such pain." And truly she was suffering very much and had a high fever. I made her more comfortable, and she was able to quench her thirst with the little bit of tea that I brought her. When I entered my own cell, my soul was engulfed by the great love of God. Reciprocity, endowment. This is one of the characteristic features of mercy. Sister Faustina went there to help her. But as a consequence of that little service she did for that sister, she says, "When I entered my own cell, my soul was engulfed by the great love of God." Real mercy is always reciprocity. It's always by giving, I am receiving. If you feel that I am so good and I am the giver, and that's it, the end of the story, that's not mercy. Mercy actually is always amazed that after doing that little something, I received so much. I received much more than I gave. That's real mercy. Merciful heart. Help me, O Lord, that my heart may be merciful, so that I myself may feel all the sufferings of my neighbor. I will refuse my heart to no one. I will be sincere even with those who I know will abuse my kindness. We will find a merciful heart in a person who is patient and kind, who is not jealous or boastful, who is not arrogant or rude, does not insist on his own way, but endures all things. Do you recognize here the words of St. Paul's hymn to love? It reveals to us that the source of mercy is always love. Mercy is the external expression of the love that we have in our heart. Mercy are actions. Mercy is deeds. It's what we do as an expression of how we love. So when we speak about merciful eyes, ears, tongue, hands, feet, it will always have its source in merciful heart. There's one story from the life of Sister Faustina, which is always for me very moving. Sister Samuela recalled a very powerful example from her life. Let me first ask you, have you ever seen an old wooden floor? Like a very old wooden floor, not our modern, treated, smooth and perfect wooden floors, but the old, uneven wooden floors that had spaces both between and within the boards. Have you seen such a floor? Just half of the congregation. Well, just imagine that there is such a floor with many spaces in between the boards. So to clean such a floor was an achievement. This is the setting for Sister Samuela's memory of Sister Faustina. She said, it was once Sister Faustina's responsibility to clean such a floor. She spent many hours on her knees scrubbing the floor with a brush. That was a rainy day, And bear in mind that the convent was surrounded by dirt roads, not pavement. So on that rainy day, one of the sisters came from town wearing muddy rain shoes. She was angry with Sister Faustina over something. Yeah. I wanted to mention to you that, convents are not only the angels. That we may look like ones, but believe me, no. So that sister was angry with Sister Faustina over something, simply like that. And in a temper entered the convent and walked right over the newly scrubbed wooden floor, not stopping to remove her shoes, till she had reached actually the end of the floor, and then she took them off and went away. Faustina was there. She saw all of this. She was there with a younger sister, with a novice who was at her side, helping her with some activities. And she saw that, and her reaction was with no words. She took those boots. She gave one to this younger sister. The other she took herself and went to the basin to wash it. And then this young sister says, why would you do that for such an annoying sister? And Faustina answered, without any bitterness or, second meaning or something, for the love of Jesus. Period. Love is patient and kind. It is not arrogant or rude. It is not irritable or resentful. Love bears all things. Love endures all things. Dear brothers and sisters, by nature we are not merciful. And doing something against our nature is very difficult. Jesus says, if anyone wishes to come after me, let him deny himself. Deny what is natural in us, but though natural, not necessarily good, because our nature is broken after the original sin. No one except God himself is really good. God alone is good. But his mercy in this world is revealed through us, weak human beings. That's amazing. This is his choice, to reveal his goodness through us, weak human beings. But to be this channel of his mercy in the world, first we need to meet him in person, have this personal encounter with God, become enraptured with him, fall in love with him, and desire to be like him. Only then can we be channels of his mercy in this world. And he needs us to be those channels. There are still too many people in this world who say that they never experience mercy. Why? Because we didn't respond to God's calling. Sister Faustina starts her prayer by confessing to Jesus, I want to be your living reflection, O Lord. And you, what do you want? You've been blessed with 40 hours devotion, with 40 hours of adoration. Very special time. I believe that most of you spend more time on prayer during those 40 hours. You've been more often in the church. God could show you his mercy, bestow his mercy upon you. And even if you didn't feel anything or nothing really happened, according to your senses, You feel like nothing really happened, but believe me, it did. Things happened. And so now you are enriched with His blessings, with His presence with you. And the adoration will end up, like now in a few moments. It's such a sad moment. But it shouldn't be sad, because that's what always happened with Jesus and His disciples. He took them to the top of the mountain. They would pray, they would stay together, He would be with them, He would speak to them, He would form them, He would bestow His blessings upon them, and then He would send them to the people. This is what will happen after you will leave this church. He will send you to your brothers and sisters, to your husbands, wives, children, parents, co-workers, strangers on the streets, in shopping malls. He will send you to them, asking you to be His reflection in the world, to be the channel of His mercy, that He could love other people through you, that His goodness could be manifested in you. But will good things really happen? It's totally up to you. Because He respects your freedom. He always invites us to another level, to grow, to climb higher. But He only invites, He will never push us. Will today be the day that we will respond with generosity, with trust? Yes, Jesus, I want to follow you no matter the cost. And I know there will be the cost. I know it won't be easy. I know following you is carrying the cross. And I'm afraid of that. Like, it's so natural to be afraid of suffering. But still, Lord, I know that you will be with me. And that's all I need to know. That you will be with me. Do not be afraid. I am always with you.